Myers. Steve Myers, stay strong, Steve Myers.
Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Nearly 30 years of hiatus. I had not been planted on a bicycle for that long. It seems like, how could you not be? I grew up on a bike, playing a bike. At about age 17, cars were cool, school was demanding. I stopped. This summer, I took it up again. I took up the mantle, I put on the seat. I chafed, I ached. I had the fortune of living at one of the highest points in the city of Sparks and working in one of the lowest points where it always floods when the river fills up. And so the way to work was an amazing rush of wind. You could just hear, as it were, a crowd cheering me on, zipping down in Tour de France style. Going home though, that was a bear. I'd get so far, and I'd come up to my hill, which is called in the Spanish tongue Los Altos, which apparently is translated to the Himalayas. And it just goes up, and it's just relentless and unforgiving and dark and brooding, and there I go. Start the hill, and it gets a little tougher, and I'm breathing heavy, and the sweat's dripping down. Neighbors are passing. Pretty soon, the wheels don't turn anymore. I've become to a standstill where you just cannot balance any further on your bike. And I do what's known in the biking world as the walk of shame. Get off the bike, hold it here, and walk alongside. Then as the neighbors would pass, I would immediately start making hand gestures at the bicycle as if it were the culprit in the failure there. But I knew inside it was me. And I think I would get a little bit better every day. But it came pretty slow. Two young friends of mine, and they're near their early 20s. They're good bike riders. They see me arriving home one night, in this puddle of sweat and misery, and what's wrong? That hill is just a bear. And they look at each other. No, we do it all the time. In fact, from that point on, they made a point to tell me how quickly they could go up the hill. And one day they shared a story with me. They said, as they were making their good time going up the hill, a black Jeep went by. And in that moment, being was so open, the driver looked at the two of them arduously pedaling up that hill, and he just looked out his window, gave a thumb up, and told them, "Stay strong." And they said at that moment, they just felt a rush. And I thought, wow, what a cool mantra. That's not only saying, you're doing well, go do well in the future. That says, you've been doing well up to now. That was this attaboy that just hearing about that story gave me courage. And over the weeks, it picked up my pace until I could eventually make it up the hill. Still in the puddle of sweat. Still the family dogs rushing out to greet me as a lost member of the family when I arrived. But I want to take a moment now and think about the bigger picture. What does this mean? We, I think, lose our sense that we matter. We lose our sense that we are of influence. As we get older, the gray hairs go here, the nose hairs go down to here. What's going on? We don't feel we matter. And there's some bad trails that thinking can take us. It can take us down a depressive route where I'm not worthless anymore. I'm just not filling much of a function here. Or it could take us down the entertaining thoughts that are disruptive and have us seek out other ways that we can feel we matter. And overall, the effect is that we have a yearning for validation. I need to feel that I'm something from someone. And I was thinking how the roots of so many problems our society have are right there. Thinking that we don't matter, and that yearning, that human yearning we have to be important. You see this in little kids. There's a little kid there pulling every CD out of the rack for his parents. "Oh, Billy, stop!" Why? Because an attention-hungry child knows that negative attention is better than no attention. I think it's similar from the adult world here. We see how I need feel significant. Now, someone who has that need, sometimes they go down the dark roads. The dark roads are taken, I think, just because you get that attention. It's that negative interactions. It's the bullying. It's the diving quickly into controversy, stealing, engaging in physical violence. It's the abducting, the hurting, the raping, the killing, just to know you have the power to influence the storyline of someone else's life. I think it's inherent. I think it's built into us. We're gregarious. We want to be part of the pack. We want to feel good. We want to feel that we matter. And you know what? Acknowledging that empowers us. We matter. When we cross paths, when we even brush up with other people, we have an influence on them. And that same energy that can be destructive exercised in one way, can empower us. Can give us the strength of kindness, of philanthropy. And those little words spoken by the stranger in the Jeep, to stay strong, that had a rippling effect on my young friends, them on me, and I hope now me on you. We matter. And our contribution into the ponds of each other is a ripple. Let's make it a good one.
1 minute of silence, please.